Hey everyone, ready to make some serious moves with your money in 2025?
I know I am.
We're going to unpack this awesome video guide called How to Make 2025 Your Best Financial Year, a complete guide.
It's a good one.
This thing's packed with tips and it goes so much deeper than your typical financial advice.
Absolutely. It really dives into the psychology of money.
Ooh, I love that.
Like why we make the financial decisions we do and how to set ourselves up for success mentally.
That's so important. I feel like that's the missing piece in so many financial advice books and articles.
Yeah, exactly.
So where does this video guide start? What's the first step to making 2025 our best financial year ever?
Well, right off the bat, it dives into the importance of setting SMART goals. Goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
SMART goals. Okay, got it. But to be honest, I've tried that whole SMART goal thing before, and sometimes it just feels overwhelming, like life gets in the way and I lose track.
I get it. I've been there too. But this video actually breaks it down in a way that makes those goals feel way more achievable.
Okay, I'm listening.
So let's say your goal is to build an emergency fund. Instead of just saying, I need to save more, which feels super vague, right?
Yelly.
You'd make it a SMART goal, like, I will save $10,000 in an emergency fund by December 2025. See how that's way more specific?
Oh yeah, way more specific. And having a deadline makes it feel more urgent too.
Exactly. And the video even suggests breaking it down further. To reach that $10,000 goal, you'd need to save about $278 each month.
Oh wow, when you put it like that, it actually feels doable.
Hmm.
I can totally see myself hitting that monthly target.
That's the power of SMART goals. They take this big, scary goal and turn it into these manageable steps.
Okay, so we've got our SMART goals in place. What's next?
Well, the video then dives into a topic that everyone loves.
Budgeting. Budgeting. Ugh, does that be that boring 50-30-20 rule again?
Well, the video does mention the 50-30-20 rule, but it goes beyond just the basics.
Okay.
It talks about how to make that rule work for you, how to adjust those percentages based on your unique situation.
Oh, that's smart, because everyone's financial situation is different, right?
Exactly. And it even warns about common budgeting pitfalls, like forgetting to factor in those irregular expenses, things like car maintenance or holiday spending.
Oh man, that's so true. I always forget about those until they suddenly hit me.
It happens to the best of us. But having a solid budget helps you prepare for those unexpected costs.
Okay, this is making more sense now. Does the video have any tips for actually sticking to a budget? Making it less of a chore?
It does. It talks about using budgeting apps to make the whole process way easier.
Ooh, apps. Tell me more.
It actually highlights Mint and Ynea, which are super popular budgeting apps.
I've heard of those.
They connect your bank accounts, categorize your transactions, and even send you alerts when you're nearing your budget limits.
Wow, that's way more advanced than the simple spreadsheet I've been using.
Right. Technology can be such a powerful tool for managing your money.
Okay, so we've set SMART goals, created a budget we can actually stick to.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next step on our financial glow-up journey?
Well, for a lot of people, the next big hurdle is tackling debt. The video talks about two popular methods, the snowball and the avalanche.
I've heard of those, but I always get them confused.
No worries, it's pretty simple. The snowball method focuses on paying off your smallest debts first, regardless of the interest rate.
Okay.
It's about building momentum and motivation by getting those quick wins.
I like the sound of that.
Right. And then there's the avalanche method, which tackles the debts with the highest interest rates first.
So even though the debt might be bigger, you end up saving more money on interest in the long run.
That's the idea. It's the more mathematically efficient approach.
I see. But which one's better?
Honestly, it depends on your personality and what motivates you. Some people need those quick wins to stay on track, so the snowball method works best for them. Others are driven by logic and want to save the most money, so the avalanche method makes more sense.
Okay, so it's about choosing the method that aligns with your personality and your financial goals.
Exactly. The video even tells a story about someone who tried the avalanche method but felt discouraged because it was taking so long to see progress. They switched to the snowball method and totally crushed their debt because those quick wins kept them motivated.
I love that. It's about finding what works for you.
That's the key takeaway.
Yeah.
And speaking of finding what works, the video also talks about a strategy that I think is pure genius, automation.
Ooh, automation. Tell me
Mhm.
more. Does it involve robots taking over my finances?
Not quite, haha. It's about leveraging technology to make our financial lives easier and to honestly outsmart ourselves a little bit.
Outsmart ourselves. What do you mean?
Well, think about it. We often have the best intentions with our money, right?
Yeah, of course. We want to save more, invest more, pay off debt, all that good stuff.
But then life gets in the way, our emotions take over, or we just plain forget and we end up making decisions that don't align with our goals.
Ugh, that's so true. Like, I know I should be transferring money to my savings account every month, but I always forget.
That's where automation comes in. You set it up once, and then it just happens automatically in the background without you having to lift a finger.
Oh, wow. So it's like having a little financial robot working for me 24/7.
Pretty much. And it's not just about saving. You can automate your bill payments, your debt payments, even your investments.
My mind is blown. I had no idea you could automate so much of your financial life.
It's a game changer, truly.
Okay, I'm sold on automation. What other cool stuff does this video have in store for us?
Well, it talks about something that can really...
Yeah, that makes sense. Having all your eggs in one basket can be pretty risky these days.
Exactly. And having those extra income streams can help you achieve your financial goals faster, whether it's paying off debt, saving for a down payment, or investing for early retirement.
I'm starting to see the appeal of side hustles now.
And sometimes those side hustles turn into something amazing. The video actually tells a few stories about people who turn their passions into successful businesses.
Okay, now I'm getting inspired.
That's the spirit. And even if your side hustle doesn't become a full-blown business, that extra income can make a huge difference.
Yeah, even an extra $500 or $1,000 per month could really accelerate my financial goals.
Absolutely. And speaking of accelerating those goals, let's talk about a topic that's essential for long-term wealth building. Investing.
Oh gosh, investing. That's where I usually zone out. It all seems so complicated.
I get it. But the video does a great job of demystifying investing and making it feel accessible to everyone, even beginners.
Oh good, I need that.
It starts by debunking that myth that investing is only for rich people.
Yeah, I've always thought that you need a ton of money to get started.
Nope, not true at all. You can start investing with a small amount of money, and the video even gives specific recommendations for where to begin.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me everything.
Well, it talks about index funds and ETFs, which are like baskets of stocks that track a particular market index. They're great for beginners because they're diversified and low risk compared to picking individual stocks.
So instead of trying to figure out which companies are going to do well, I can just invest in a whole bunch of them at once.
Exactly. It's like investing in a little slice of the entire stock market.
That actually makes me feel less intimidated by investing.
That's the beauty of index funds. And the video even highlights a couple of specific index funds that have historically performed well. The Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund and the Fidelity Zero Total Market Index Fund.
Ooh, I'm writing those down.
It also talks about the importance of retirement accounts like 401ks and Roth IRAs.
Retirement accounts are a whole other mystery to me.
I know they can seem confusing, but the video breaks them down in a really clear way, explaining how they work and why they're so beneficial.
So are you telling me I should be maxing out my 401k contributions?
Well, the video definitely emphasizes the importance of saving for retirement as early as possible.
Okay, that makes sense.
And, it even shows how compound interest works its magic over time.
Compound interest. Is that the thing where my money makes more money?
Exactly. It's like your money's earning interest, and then that interest earns interest, and it just keeps growing and growing.
Okay, now I'm starting to get why everyone's obsessed with compound interest.
It's pretty amazing. The video actually gives an example. If you invest $500 per month at an 8% return, you could potentially have over $300,000 in 20 years.
Wait, $300,000 from just $500 a month? Okay, I'm convinced I need to up my investing game.
It's never too late to start. And speaking of never too late, the video ends with a piece of advice that's super important for all of us: boosting your financial literacy.
Okay, I agree with that, but where do I even start? There's so much information out there.
Don't worry, the video's got you covered. It recommends a bunch of great resources.
Okay.
Looks like The Millionaire Next Door and Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those.
It also mentions podcasts like The Dave Ramsey Show and Bigger Pockets Money.
I love podcasts.
And if you prefer learning online, there are tons of courses on platforms like Udemy and Coursera.
Wow, so many options. I'm feeling inspired to learn more.
And that's the key, right? Financial literacy is a journey, not a destination.
I love that. It's about continuously learning and growing.
Exactly. And the more you learn, the more confident and empowered you'll feel about managing your money.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. I'm already feeling more motivated and knowledgeable about my finances.
That's what we like to hear.
But wait, there's more to this video, right? We've only scratched the surface.
You're absolutely right. We've laid a solid foundation, but there's so much more to explore, like specific tactics for eliminating debt, advanced investing strategies, and even tips for protecting your assets.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. Listeners, you won't want to miss the next part of our deep dive, where we'll uncover even more secrets to making 2025 your best financial year yet. Stay tuned. All right, we're back and ready to dive even deeper into making 2025 our year of financial awesomeness.
Yeah, let's get tactical.
In part one, we talked about SMART goals, budgeting, and even automation.
Those are like the foundation.
Exactly. But now I'm ready for the next level. What are some specific strategies that can really move the needle?
Well, the video actually follows this person's journey as they put all this advice into action.
Ooh, a case study. I love those.
Me too. It's so much easier to relate to real-life examples.
So what did this financial superstar do?
Well, they started, just like we talked about, with setting SMART goals.
Right, making sure their goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Yep. And their first big goal was to pay off $5,000 in credit card debt within a year.
Whoa, that's a big goal. Credit card debt can be such a drag.
I know, right? It's like this weight hanging over you.
Exactly. Did the video mention how they stayed motivated throughout the process?
They actually used a visual reminder, like a thermometer graphic. They'd fill it in as they paid down the debt.
Ooh, I love that. I'm a visual person, so that would totally work for me.
Yeah, it's a great way to make progress feel more tangible.
So they had their goal, their visual reminder, but how did they actually find the money to pay off that debt?
They did what we all need to do. They got real with their spending habits.
Ooh, time to face the music, huh?
They used a budgeting app to track their expenses.
Which app did they use?
I think it was Mint, but honestly, any budgeting app will do the trick.
Yeah, the important thing is to just track where your money's going.
Exactly. And you know what they discovered?
What? Tell me.
They were spending a crazy amount on subscription services.
Oh no, the dreaded subscription creep. I'm totally guilty of that.
I think we all are these days. There's just so many streaming services, music apps, and all those little monthly subscriptions that add up.
And they just fly under the radar. You don't even realize how much you're spending until you actually look at it.
The video calls it death by 1,000 cuts.
Uh-huh. That's a good one.
But the video doesn't say to cut out all subscriptions completely.
Okay, good, because I'm not giving up my Netflix.
It's about being more intentional with your subscriptions.
So like asking yourself, do I really need this? Or is this bringing me joy?
Exactly. If it's adding value to your life and it fits within your budget, keep it. But if not, time to say bye-bye.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So they trimmed their subscriptions and freed up some cash. What did they do with it?
They took all that extra money and put it straight towards their debt.
Awesome.
But they didn't stop there. They took it a step further and automated their debt payments.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that in part one. Automation is key.
It's like a superpower, honestly. It takes the guesswork and the willpower out of it.
So they were automatically making progress on their debt without even having to think about it.
Exactly. They were just cruising along, living their life, and their debt was shrinking in the background.
I love it. Okay, they're tackling their debt like a boss. What's the next exciting chapter in their financial journey?
Well, remember, the video's emphasis on building multiple income streams.
Yeah, right. The side hustle revolution.
This person decided to give it a try. They started a side hustle baking custom cakes.
Oh, fun. So they turned their passion into a little business.
Yeah, they started small, taking orders from friends and family, but they quickly realized they could automate a big part of their process.
Whoa, they automated their side hustle too. This person's on fire.
They're killing it. They set up online ordering and offered pre-designed cake options, which freed up a ton of their time.
That's so smart. It's like they're running a mini cake empire from their kitchen.
Pretty much. And that extra income, even though it started small, really helped them accelerate their debt payoff journey.
Okay, they're crushing their debt, building a side hustle. What's next?
Now it's time for the big leagues. Investing.
Ooh, investing. That always felt intimidating to me.
I know, it can seem complicated, but this person followed the video's advice and started with something super simple. Index funds.
Right. Index funds. We talked about those in part one.
They're like those baskets of stocks that track the whole market, so you don't have to worry about picking individual stocks.
And they have super low fees too, right?
Yep, that's a big plus. The video specifically recommends the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund and the Fidelity Zero Total Market Index Fund.
Okay, those are going on my list.
Good. And the video emphasizes the importance of staying consistent with your investments.
So like setting up automatic contributions so you're investing a little bit every month.
Exactly. It's like that saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is today.
I love that quote. It's a reminder that it's never too late to start investing.
And this person totally embraced that philosophy. They set up automatic contributions to their investment account, and thanks to the magic of compound interest.
that magical money-making machine.
Their investments start to grow steadily. They're on their way to building long-term wealth.
I'm so inspired by this person's journey. They're ticking off all the boxes. Tackling debt, building multiple income streams, investing for the future.
They're really putting all the advice into action.
It's amazing to see how these strategies can come together to create such incredible results.
And we're not done yet. There's still more to this financial success story.
Okay, we're back for the final part of our deep dive, and I'm ready to hear the rest of this financial success story.
Me too. We've covered a lot of ground already.
We talked about SMART goals, budgeting, automation, even side hustles and index funds.
Yeah, we've laid a solid foundation.
But I have a feeling there's even more to uncover, right?
Oh yeah, this video goes even deeper. It gets into some advanced strategies that can really take your finances to the next level.
Ooh, advanced strategies. I'm intrigued.
The video talks about things like tax optimization techniques and investment strategies beyond index funds.
Tax optimization. That sounds complicated.
It can be, but the video breaks it down in a way that makes sense for everyone, even if you're not a tax expert.
Okay, good, because I'm definitely not a tax expert.
It emphasizes that understanding even basic tax strategies can make a big difference in your financial life.
So, like, what kind of tax strategies are we talking about?
Well, it tells this story about someone who lowered their tax bill by maxing out their 401k contributions.
Wait, really? Contributing more to my retirement account can lower my taxes?
It can. It's all about taking advantage of tax-advantaged accounts, like traditional 401ks and Roth IRAs.
I've heard of those, but I'm not really sure how they work.
Basically, they offer tax benefits that can help you save money.
So with a traditional 401k, the money you contribute isn't taxed until you withdraw it in retirement.
Exactly. And that means you're reducing your taxable income now, which can lower your tax bill.
Okay, that makes sense. What about Roth IRAs?
With a Roth IRA, your contributions aren't tax deductible, but your earnings grow tax-free, and qualified withdrawals in retirement are totally tax-free.
Tax-free earnings. That sounds amazing.
It is, especially if you start investing early and let that money grow for decades.
Okay, I'm definitely going to look into those tax-advantaged accounts.
Good. It's worth it to do your research and find the best options for your situation.
So we've got tax optimization covered. What about those investment strategies beyond index funds?
Right. The video acknowledges that index funds are a great starting point, but as you gain more experience and knowledge, you might want to branch out and explore other options.
Okay, like what? I'm ready to level up my investing game.
Well, the video talks about a few different things like real estate investing, dividend-paying stocks, and alternative investments like precious metals or cryptocurrencies.
Ooh, real estate investing. That always seemed like something only rich people could do.
Well, it doesn't have to be that way. The video talks about real estate investment trusts, or REITs.
REITs? What are those?
They're like companies that own and operate income-producing real estate, like shopping malls or apartment buildings.
So instead of buying a whole property myself, I can invest in a REIT and own a little piece of it.
Exactly. And many REITs trade on public stock exchanges, so they're pretty easy to buy and sell.
Okay, that sounds less intimidating than trying to become a landlord.
It is. And REITs can be a good way to diversify your portfolio and potentially earn passive income.
Passive income. I like the sound of that. What about those dividend-paying stocks?
Those are stocks that pay you a portion of their profits, called dividends.
So it's like getting paid just for owning the stock.
Pretty much. And some companies are known for consistently paying dividends, like Coca-Cola or Johnson & Johnson.
Those are some familiar names. What about those alternative investments, like cryptocurrencies? Those seem kind of risky.
The video definitely acknowledges that crypto can be volatile, but it also points out that it has the potential for high returns.
I've heard stories of people making a fortune off of crypto.
It happens, but it's important to remember that it's also very risky.
Yeah, it's not like investing in the stock market, where there's more regulation and history to look at.
The video emphasizes the importance of doing your research before investing in crypto and only putting in what you can afford to lose.
Makes sense. It's all about managing risk.
Exactly. And that brings us to the final piece of advice from the video: protecting your assets.
Asset protection? That sounds serious.
It is. It's about making sure your hard-earned money is safe and secure.
So, like, what are some ways to protect our assets?
Well, the video talks about things like having adequate insurance coverage, creating a will or trust, and being aware of scams and fraudulent schemes.
Insurance. Ugh, that always confused me. Do you have any tips?
The video highlights the importance of having health insurance, homeowners or renters insurance, and auto insurance as the foundation of a good insurance plan.
Okay, those are the basics, right?
Yeah, and depending on your situation, you might also consider disability insurance or life insurance.
So much to think about. It seems like building a solid financial plan involves so many different pieces.
It does. It's about taking a holistic approach, looking at all aspects of your financial life.
Wow, this video has really opened my eyes to the possibilities. It's
Yeah.
like a roadmap to financial success.
I know, right? It's packed with so much valuable information.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I have to say I'm feeling incredibly inspired and empowered to take control of my finances. I'm ready to make 2025 my best financial year yet.
That's awesome. Remember, it all starts with taking action.
One step at a time, right?
Exactly. And don't be afraid to seek guidance along the way. There are so many resources available to help you on your financial journey.
This has been such an incredible conversation. Listener, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into making 2025 your best financial year yet. We hope you've learned a ton and feel ready to take charge of your financial future. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for financial success.